Okay, the meeting is being live streamed.
It's being
I
live
think
streamed.
it's there now, live on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay.
So I don't know what I did.
Wow,
I
you're
was
good
like,
at it. Just keep doing that. Well done, bro.
so
Hello,
that means I
madam.
don't need. Oh, why am I seeing myself? Okay.
Okay, I think Dr. Ofudile just joined us. Hello, ma. Good morning. Oh, she's waiting to be admitted into the room.
How do I do that now? I added you as co-host, so yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can do.
So I asked you to unmute.
Participants, yeah. Ask to unmute.
So I think we will need a co-host, like the moment I log in, right, and go to YouTube, when the YouTube is active, then we need someone people in different countries to take over as co-host, because here they can block my Zoom anytime.
Oh, because
yes,
you're
we just
using
have
VPN
to.
now.
Yes. So 5 minutes before the event starts, we kind of distribute the co-host away from China.
Okay.
So
please, for Dr. Loretta, I don't know, is she in now?
Yes,
she said she's
in.
waiting. Okay, maybe to unmute, ask to unmute, which is the chat. Yeah, she's not in the waiting room.
Yeah, she's not.
Okay.
Let me send her a message.
Yes. You can unmute it, please. Okay, she has responded.
Okay, that's good. Oh.
Unmuted. Yeah, she can. Okay.
Yeah, she should unmute. I asked her to unmute, so she.
Here. You can just find the unmute at the down. Maybe I should take a screenshot.
Or I can make a co-host.
She said, allow me to unmute. Can she unmute from? It's as if she cannot unmute from her end.
Okay, I made a co-host, so she should be able to.
Okay.
So we can have, I think, up to 5 co-hosts. So if we have people distributed all over the world, then that will. Yeah, but the challenge I had was trying to. We can change the settings for the meeting to allow everyone to have video, and when they start, then ask people to mute. But it's kind of hard. So I'd set the default that whenever someone joins, it's muted.
Yeah. That's the best.
Yeah.
She can't unmute. I don't understand this. Okay, is it possible to unmute everybody?
Let's see. No. Okay,
she's a co-host. She should be able to unmute.
Maybe if I change the settings from the meeting.
Okay. Meaning maybe after the pre-run, you'll still have to make the changes again. Sorry about that.
No, we can't edit, so it's okay.
Oh,
We
can't edit.
We can't edit now. But
Okay.
she's
She's a co-host, so I'm thinking it should be, but she can hear us.
Or maybe and other hosts should be able to unmute her as well.
no, she needs permission. We need her permission to.
I still can't unmute. She's actively chatting.
Okay. What can I do? Share screen. Will I be able to share the same screen? Okay. Okay, can she unmute herself now? Did it work?
Let me check the chat box.
Okay.
I changed the security to allow her to unmute. I think that's why she couldn't unmute. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sending her direct message. Unmuting now, please. She says she's in a busy place.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
The host is not allowing me to unmute.
Huh.
We've changed the settings. Maybe just have a retry.
Because she is the host now.
Yeah. I can't also open video. Whoa, that's serious.
You are the host now.
Hmm.
You are the host now, and you should be able to unmute yourself. Victoria, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm trying to communicate with Dr. Ofodile.
Okay.
Dr. Ayugi is saying that Dr. Philip will join soon.
Okay.
Okay, the video quality is good from YouTube.
Oh, yeah, that's another area to check, the YouTube broadcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
The video quality is good.
Okay, you can see that from your end.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Oh, it seems like
Oh, okay. I'll let you know the host, right?
I think we are 3 now. Seems she's going to rejoin again.
Oh. It stopped recording.
But it's still live here. It shows a live recording, live on YouTube.
Oh.
Copy streaming link. Okay, in the waiting room. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
back.
Wow, at last. Now that's a good success story. Welcome on board, ma'am.
Really, I'm on a trip. I'm on a trip. You can see. Can you see me?
No, I can't see from my end.
Okay. Okay, what I will do when I get to the office, I use my laptop. So let me just remove video.
Okay, okay.
But I'm with you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Dr. Elijah, can I share my, Dr. Yuki is asking for the meeting ID and password. Does he have to register using the link before he can come in, or he can just use any meeting, the meeting ID and password?
They can just use the meeting ID. That's faster.
Okay,
Because,
okay.
yeah, they need to log in faster because of that 100 limit.
Yeah. Okay, I'm doing that. I think, yeah, the last set of people are who's about to join now, Dr. Philip and Dr. Ivy.
Okay.
Let's finalize something and join. Okay, we're waiting for you all.
My phone, you can't see me on Zoom video. Maybe the setting. Hold on, hold on.
The connection.
You can't.
Yes. Dr. Elijah.
Yes. Okay.
So we thought of trying to distribute the co-host like 10 minutes before the event starts. Try to make sure that we have co-hosts around the world apart from China, because for Zoom they can block it anytime. So if we have hosts who are outside China, then the YouTube will continue running even if when we drop.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So the YouTube is working. So
Yeah.
we just try to, the moment we sign up, right?
Our chief speaker has logged on.
Yes. Let me mute myself so that she can introduce herself.
Yes.
Oh,
Great.
Sharon is here.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, yes. Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, now I can hear you. Thank you so much for connecting me, Dr. Odi. I you had started already. You had forgotten about me.
Yeah.
We
No.
didn't forget about you at all. It was I didn't share the information earlier. Yeah, yes,
Okay.
Nancy.
So we are
Okay.
trying to, we are just trying to ensure that everything is running smoothly. The first problem that we had was trying to connect to YouTube. I think we have finally fixed it. The challenge is I'm in China, so using VPN, they can, like, the VPN can drop anytime, which might affect our YouTube. So we thought of having people around the world to be the co-host, like they'll be just there as co-host, recording on the cloud the meeting and live streaming it. So we have set up everything. So the only thing that we need from the co-host is just for them to be there, right? Just to be there, just in case our team in China experiences some technical problems. So yeah, that's the kind of the arrangement. So we can, I think we can have a maximum of about 5 co-hosts. So in case one of the co-hosts have technical problems, there'll be another one. Then it's that team of co-hosts can just pick another person so that we can always have at least 5 co-hosts at each given time.
Okay. Okay, Dr. Odi, I hear you. Ahmed, Dr. Edmond.
Yes. So yeah. So
Great.
you can. Is Mamo Ofodile finally fixed? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
It's still
Okay, great. So yeah, we can hear you clearly. Then are you going to share any files?
Yeah, Sharon is going to share, maybe later, she's going to share a screen.
Okay. So for this Zoom, right, we have the facility to help the presenter if they're having any struggles, to help them maybe when they want to share some files and they're having some technical problems. So if you just send maybe to Elijah or Victoria the files in advance, then she can just, when you have that struggle, then she can just take off and use your kind of your
help with the file sharing.
Yes.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
I think from my side, certainly I did not get to introduce myself, but I'm assuming that I'm welcome into the meeting. I will finalize my slides. I've been working on my slides for some time, but I wanted this engagement so that I can make sure that I'm positioned appropriately for what is expected of me. So I'll send that. Dr. Odi, Professor Ed, should I send it to you? Because I don't have the contact details for the other host. Should I send it to you?
Yeah, you can send
to that so that you can check it, given that we have engaged a little bit before we make the final rollout. But I'll send it today, hopefully in the next 3 hours at most. I'll just fine tune them.
Great. So maybe Victoria can introduce everyone, right?
Okay, I'm the one making the honors. Okay. Yes. Actually, apart from Professor Edmond, which I've interacted with offline, I'm the one that gives trouble sometimes. Then Dr. Elijah, Ms. Sharon, I'm just getting to meet you, but it's a big and huge privilege. And then Dr. Ofodile, in fact, I really, really want to engage with her after this. So my name is Victoria Nyanga. I'm a doctorate student here in China, Shandong Agriculture, and my major is animal nutrition and physiology. So I'm privileged to be the moderator for this WAU event that we are going all the way in, and I know it's going to be fantastic. So thank you so much for that privilege. I am really, really astounded. So each of us get to introduce ourselves, right?
Sure.
One by one. Okay, so that's it on my own end. So over to you, Professor Edmond. Yeah, you're the next.
Yes, I'm Edmond, and I work here in Shantou University, where I'm an associate professor. So I've been working with Dr. Elijah for we are almost more than a year now, I think. So we happened to have kind of similar desires of trying to turn around, change research from being paper, just focusing on papers and other things. Then during our brainstorming conversations, we had the privilege of meeting Sharon. She's the one who reached out, and it has been amazing because our ideas were coming from an academic ideas, but she kind of like she's still opening up our eyes so that we can see actually that there is opportunities outside of our ivory towers, which can be actually beneficial to communities. So yeah, so I can say courtesy to Sharon and Elijah, that's why we are launching Paper to Product initiative. So these are the guys who have been really kind of pivotal in making sure this really happens. So over to you, Sharon or Elijah.
Just a second, please. I'm getting Dr. Elijah. Okay, we can't hear him. He's on the chat.
Okay. So Sharon can introduce herself.
Sarah, please.
All right, fantastic. Thank you so much. As Professor Edmond has said, my name is Sharon Chabalala. I'm dialed through all the way from South Africa. I'm the founder and president of a non-profit organization called Grooming the Executive, which I birthed on the back of personal experiences. Is Dr. I don't need to be unmuted. I'm fine. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Which was birthed on the back of a long time of business encounters and real life experiences, which necessitated one to jump out of their comfort space and start to correct what has been long wrong and not attended to. So the birth of Grooming the Executive was mainly to inculcate a new culture in us, majority Black people of color. I don't know what you're comfortable calling it. I'm comfortable calling it Black people of color, and changing our mindset around how the future looks for our children. I am a qualified teacher by profession. I never really got the privilege of teaching very long, and I decided to pursue business studies, and I obtained a BCom degree and had the privilege of working in a number of organizations, specifically in the financial services side of things. And along my employment paths, I became an investment analyst and a portfolio manager, which exposed me to a number of investment vehicles. In the early democracy of South Africa, there was an introduction of a concept called SPV, Special Purpose Vehicle concept, which was intending to introduce Black people of color, into the space of business, which due to the apartheid era was very limited. And sadly, when we jumped into that opportune moment, a lot of things were done incorrectly, which unfortunately have snowballed into the situation that we are in. And long story short, our children not empowered as we should be 26 years into the democracy to understand that the privilege that has been earned for them is that they can be their own bosses and not come and depend onto the master as the system had been for the longest time. So that's what Grooming the Executive is all about. Our focus is on looking for practical, sustainable initiatives that can be translated into businesses, especially businesses that can explode themselves into opportunities that are very accommodative of many. I am of Tswana origin. That's one of the cultures or languages in South Africa. And we've got a lot of African proverbs that I have found very similar amongst different cultures, especially of people of color. And that's what we are embodying ourselves around, where we believe that in this era especially, children of the same household share the little that is there. It's never too small for a family to share, irrespective of what kind of a meal it is. So we embody ourselves around that kind of a belief system, where we recognize the need for us to empower our South African community and empower our African cousins and sisters, and make sure that as a holistic family, we share in the little that is there. Mindful of the fact that South Africa in its nature has got wealth of resources. So little is very relative, yet we are not tapping into it or not preparing our children to get into. That's what has built Women in the Executive. I got very excited when I came across the posting by Professor Edmond and reached out to make contact, because what has been lacking on our side is a marrying of business ideology to academic thinking. I really feel very humbled to have an audience of people of your academic caliber, and also very sensitive to how I want to phrase my wording. And please pardon me if I don't sound very sensitive. I'm going to try and keep it short. Majority of Black children in South Africa still hold the ideology which we are feeding them as the parents, that you have to go and get educated and get the best education possible. And we invest and give our children there. But we end our involvement just at that point where we go back to the historic expectation that once you are educated, then you have to wait for the big Makulu bus, the big boss, to offer you a job employment. And we were saying, let's change that. Let's teach our children that the best education they have is there to open their eyes and widen their horizon and scope of thinking, so that they can take their education and go make something for themselves out of themselves. And that's the narrative. So our excitement is uncontainable to meet people of your caliber who have done what we can't do as entrepreneurs, as business people. Research, put content, put context into space that we could go and piggyback onto to find what it is that we can build businesses, sustainable businesses, out of very informed educational researchers. So that's what we are hoping this engagement will lead to, hopefully find a fruitful middle ground, where from what you have and what we have as the skill and the energies can be brought together, so that we can benefit not only ourselves, but our generations tomorrow, and have some legacies that we leave behind.
Thank you very much. Can anybody hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Great. So I'm back. Thank you. Yeah, listening to Sharon is always very refreshing.
Inspiring.
Yeah, we are very happy to have her as the main speaker for the event. While we support her and build background for the message to sink. And because we have been having this conversation again and again, and we just hope that this is going to be an ongoing conversation. It's not going to be a one-time thing. And in the years ahead, we shall be engaging more and more entrepreneurs in different fields, both Africans, non-Africans. But our focus all through is to keep flogging our minds until our minds wake up. When we begin to see more and more businesses being supported or having partnerships with academics, and they are working, symbiotically, creating things for themselves. When we begin to see that again and again, PhD holders across Africa, PhD students across Africa, working intentionally with entrepreneurs in Africa. When we begin to see that, then we'll know that we could begin to reduce the number of times we need to talk about it. But we're going to be having several meetings. We'll bring people who are already succeeding. There is no African who is not, or in fact, there is no human who is not working hard to earn some extra money that can help them take care of more. Because life is all about being able to meet needs, being able to not to be restricted in doing what you want to do. A lot of people have very good things in their minds, good ideas, good, lovely things they want to do, but they are limited by funds. So what we're doing, we are hoping that all the good things you have in your mind to do, or the good things I have in my mind to do, that a time is coming based on the continuous engagement and utilization of the resources of our togetherness. We shall be able to come to a point where we shall have very limited limitations, and we'll be able to achieve as much as we can. And for our generations coming ahead of us, they will not be having this kind of conversation. They'll be paying attention to talking about more innovative things, but that will be possible only if we do our own part by not giving up after a short time. So we are not thinking of doing it for a little while and then we back off. We're going to continue the conversation as it has begun until it permeates the whole of Africa and flows like rivers and like the ocean from one end to another until poverty is drowned in Africa. That's what we are looking for, because that's what's going to give us the kind of respect that Africa deserves. Our human dignity around the world, which is being trampled in many ways, will never be realized. We'll never feel that capacity until we are able to take responsibility for our finances, and we're able to build businesses, we're able to create value, and people are looking for the value from around the world. I've said again and again to our people that every year, a lot of companies earmark certain amounts of money for consultancy, for research and development. We want to be able to see our African researchers being in the position of bringing this money home. We need to see our African researchers bring this money home, because this money is huge and it's out there. All those companies are looking for those who have the value to provide. We are going to present ourselves that we have the value, we have the capacity, we have all it takes to provide them the value they need. Previously, we've been overlooked, African researchers, but we are the ones that will insist, because nobody's going to give it to us if we just sit by and idle away. We have to put up the pressure that is required. We have what it takes. We're hardworking. We have people. Africa now has about 1.4 billion people, and the projections to 2021 makes it clear that Africa is going to be the center of human population, having close to 60% of the world population in the years ahead. So we have the people, and we have to keep working on human capital development until we are able to generate the totality of what we require to make progress in our continent. So we are really pleased, excited to be here, and we have a very beautiful mix of people. Dr. Fodile, who is here, you hear what she's doing and the beautiful things she's doing, and the works and all of that. So we and in OAD generally across Africa, people are everywhere and trying their best. We just need to synergize. We need to bring together these energies and unlock them to make the best use of it. So thank you so much for being part of the launch and the beginning. And it's just the beginning. We'll keep talking. Thank you very much. Yeah, I didn't introduce myself, right? Sorry, my name is Elijah Odi. Yeah, I'm in China at the moment. I'm African from Nigeria, and I teach at the University of Nigeria, but also I do quite some consultancy things around, because I think my mind is going more towards finding ways to bring people together, to get them doing things that benefit them, and not everyone hitting their own from different angles. So possibly in the future, I may not stay long in the academia fully. So I have to practice what I'm preaching, right? So, and want to be able to show it to everyone. So I'll be doing academics, I'll be doing several other things when I'm free from the university. Now I'm still bonded, I'm bound, but I'm going to free myself sometime soon. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, you are muted. Please unmute yourself, moderator Victoria. Yeah.
I was saying thank you so much, Dr. Elijah. I think just one way to encapsulate it, you're like the academic entrepreneur. That's the definition, where you are, where you're going to. So I guess we can see a model and where we are heading to. That's a good one. Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Fodile is the model, right?
Yeah, I'm actually, I think she's the last person.
Yeah, she's
Dr.
the model.
Fodile.
And then Sharon is the the grandmother from the other side.
I'm here.
Okay. Okay, Ma, can you introduce yourself, please? The volume is a bit low from your end.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, but it's quite low.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's better.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I was using an earpiece before.
Okay.
Good morning from my side, everybody.
Good
Dr. D,
morning.
my sister from South Africa. I'm not able to pick your name for now, but I will do soon. Our moderator, thank you very much. It's an opportunity to be with you at this time. I think the setting of my phone Zoom is not allowing me to come on video, so please pardon me. My name is Loretta Waneka of Fodile. I'm a lecturer in Yaba College of Technology. I'm also the director of the Central Research Laboratory. I work on mushrooms. I love mushrooms. Mushrooms for me are treasures in the wild. A lot of resources in mushrooms, especially the polypus that are untapped. So I have been working on mushrooms since 2000. My PhD was from mushroom. I was opportune to have done my research with the Royal Botanic Garden, Kew, UK, Richmond. And I was privileged to have been trained by a very high-ranking natural product chemist. I'm not a chemist, I'm a botanist, but I was opportune to learn, to get some skills in natural product chemistry, isolating biological compounds from mushrooms and plants. So this is the core of my work. And currently, myself and my team, we are working on formulating herbal tea from Polypore, Ganoderma from Lagos State, herbal tea that would be efficacious against breast cancer. We've done preliminary works. We've been able to identify a lot of them from Lagos State. And the ones that we picked from the wild that are currently have been found to be active, very potent against breast cancer. In vitro, we are now growing them to mass produce them and then test them in vivo using animal model. So actually I was on field trip while we started this meeting. We've been going out to do some collections and of raw materials that we need for work. The project is funded by our federal government. It was during COVID, we competed for the grant. The grant is reasonable, but it's not going to do all the job. At least we be able to prepare the herbal tea but the clinical experiments, hopefully, we'll be able to get grants to do that in future, maybe in 2023. So this project will end in 2022, end of 2022. And I am, apart from my academic work, I'm also a mushroom farmer. I own a little farm, but I have, I can say I've done more work training farmers, training retirees and young people. Right now, most of the time I do more of like Uber business. Uber, I mean that I am not currently producing in large quantity, but people buy from me because I could get from my trainees. My trainees have farms. So anytime I'm not able to produce, I still have to sell from my trainees. And we have a lot of them in Lagos State, quite a number of them in Lagos State who have been able, after training, they have been able to start up their own farms. So it's thrilling for me when I came across OAD. I was telling Dr. Odi that I didn't quite visualize exactly how big what we are doing is until I actually had to some form of conversation with him. And I'm thrilled, I'm excited, and I believe that the engagement is going to take Africa to the level of utilizing our skills, our resources to grow Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Am I still on?
Yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Everything.
We are taking
Yes.
a moment to just absorb all the information you
absorb.
just given, as in, like, it's like massive. Thank you so much. Wow. Like, wow. I think I saw Dr. Emma clapping. I was like, should I clap? No, just finish the entire thing. Thank you so much, man. That's wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay. I think Dr. Philip has just joined. That's great. We are still expecting Dr. Philip and Ayugi. Philip, are you here?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm sorry that
Okay.
I'm late for the meeting because I had some prior engagements that actually I wasn't able to reschedule. But I'm glad I'm here, and I've parked by the roadside to attend the meeting.
The connection is bad.
But I can hear you guys. I'll disconnect my video so that we can continue as a. Thank you.
Please, before you disconnect, can you kindly introduce yourself? Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Oh, let me give a tip. Let me give a tip before he
Okay,
does.
brief of what we've done. Okay, go ahead, please.
Yeah. Just a tip. Yes, Philip is actually at our headquarters, our global headquarters in Kenya. He is the anchor person in Kenya who is driving a lot of processes there. Yes, so I'm really excited as he has come into the meeting now. We are complete because our global headquarters is now represented. So Philip, you may just proceed to introduce yourself further. Thank you.
Right. My name is Philip Owi. I'm a Kenyan nationality. I've been in the research industry for like more than 25 years. I'll be graduating in the next 1.5 years or so in matters just passion. And I'm glad actually to be associated with Organization of African Academic Doctors. Well, Brian has been my student. Dr. Ayugi has been my student at some point. Well, that was in 2008, 9 or 10. But I'm glad we have been in touch with him for a very long time, and I'm happy about the steps you guys are taking in order to register and maybe put OADD on the tracks. So we will continue sharing. We'll have a lot of ideas exchanging and so forth. I'm glad to be here with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. Yeah. Yeah, please unmute yourself, Victoria.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're
Thank you so much, Dr. Philip. That's wonderful. I think the last person is Dr. Yugi, and it's only Dr. Philip that can give us the update on that. Dr. Philip, what's Dr. Yugi? Will he still be able to join us?
Dr. Yugi had mentioned that he will be busy with something.
Yeah, but he later changed his mind. I was like, I should give him 10 minutes. So I was hoping for a miracle, like a good one.
Okay.
But either way, it's quite understandable.
Okay, okay. And let me just mention also, maybe for Philip's interest, the people that are here, the name you see that is Victoria is the moderator for tomorrow's event. The name you see that is Edmond is the president of Zimbabwe Young Academy of Sciences. And they are collaborating with us for the, for the event. And subsequently, we should be working together as we have been working together over the past year on several projects.
All right.
And Dr. Loretta is one of the panelists for tomorrow, also a long-standing academic and researcher. So I'm just kind of summarizing it so that he has an idea of the people around here. And Ms. Sharon is from South Africa, is our main speaker, who is going to speak for 30 minutes tomorrow. Dr. Loretta is one of the panelists. The second panelist, we are not very certain that he will be present because he just got bereaved last night. Just yesterday, he lost his father just yesterday. And
my condolences to
it's really painful. Yes. So we are not sure he will be joining us. But we believe that he's getting strong. We're in touch with him, and we are as a family, and trust that he'll be able to pull through and come back to us again stronger. Yes. So these are these persons that are here now are kind of those who have responsibilities to do one or two things. In terms of serving in the event. Dr. Philip, right there at the headquarters, they have arranged the person that's going to do the opening remarks and welcoming of guests from the global headquarters. And then we will have physical events at the headquarters. Also, we will have a physical venue in Shanghai. We will also have in Nigeria. Then we'll have another one in Zimbabwe, where we have different people that will be coming together. For the panel discussion, it's going to be localized. So for those who are going to be online, strictly online, Dr. Loretta and maybe all of us will join the panel to talk about it, but then she's going to lead it. And then for at the venues, at the local venues, they have a separate topic to discuss. All these are going to be contained in a small booklet that shall be circulated. And also in that booklet, we will have contained some some of the abstracts of our statements, which of our speeches, which we have submitted, and then also some of the introduction of the introduction of the speaker. So, of course, our sister, Dr. Victoria, will be on the steering to guide us. And also, we are going to have online streaming on YouTube. Dr. Edmond, I don't know, have you been able to find someone maybe in Europe or Australia that will anchor the streaming for tomorrow? You are muted.
So what we checked, right, was we noticed that if we have different co-hosts, it's going to help us to continue smoothly. So like right now, I'm no longer the host.
The streaming will continue, right?
Yeah, so like right now, I'm not the host, but this streaming is still working perfectly.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, this is useful because from what's around now, the Zoom can take maximum of 100 people and then unlimited time. So assuming we have more than 100 people, we don't know. I don't know what's the current registration.
The last I checked, I think, let me just check again. The last I checked, we're at around 108.
Okay, that's
yes,
good.
The number was still climbing, so just check again.
That's good. Yeah.
So we'll need we'll try to keep it maybe at 95. Then recommend everyone else to join YouTube.
Okay. Yes, so all those who are co-hosts, let us be aware of this, because you will have the capacity of admitting people. So maybe when it's 95, you advise them that we don't admit more people.
Yes, you just give the link, the Zoom link. Like the moment we start streaming, I'll just share the link. Then.
Okay. Yes. And then I would suggest maybe something we could do. Maybe we should exchange our the inputs we made, the small abstract we wrote. Maybe I think I will send it to all of us. Yes. Just like for a very long time, I didn't have capacity to talk. I don't know how that happened. So if it happens that when I'm supposed to be making my presentation, I'm not able to talk, somebody can read that abstract. I should have been able to prepare, or we all should have been able to prepare slides, which could be used. But I think for us here, we've been busy trying to produce the booklet, and we haven't had time to put into all such things. But I think at least we've all submitted something. So we should all submit it to Victoria, and of course Victoria could be the one that goes off. Yeah, so if at all anyone goes off, let's just assume anyone that is able to talk amongst all of us at that time will just continue. So we'll also share the agenda to each person. So to all of us, everybody should have the agenda. If at all anything gets to hook somewhere, another person just takes it up immediately, seamlessly, as if it is planned, and it just keeps on going. Maybe like we have multiple moderators or something, just like we have multiple co-hosts. Yeah. So I think these are my suggestions about how we'll proceed. If there are other suggestions from our experiences with online meetings, we can suggest so that we can have the best of our engagement. Or any questions?
If I may ask, Dr. Bode, how exactly are we going to run the program from the beginning to end? We are going to have the welcome note, obviously, by the relevant people. Then I'm going to be introduced and do my 20-minute talk. What happens thereafter?
Okay, please, moderator, could you guide us through that?
Okay, let me make a run through of that. A second, please. First, we're starting with the welcoming. We're going to have the opening remark from our Kenyan delegates. And please, before I continue, I really appreciate all of us, but I'm going to really need our cooperation with the time. Okay, I know we have a lot to share, but I need your cooperation on the time. So if you're allotted 5 minutes, if you can finish by 4 minutes, 30 seconds, I'll give you an applause. So thank you so much for that. So from the Kenyan delegates, 5 minutes for the welcoming of participants and the opening remarks. And then I'll come in with the introduction of the organization and the other corporations coming in together. And I'll go ahead to introduce the first speaker. Our first speaker is Dr. Odi. So in 2 minutes, I'll handle that. And he would come in with his presentation, which is going to take 20 minutes. The topic unveiling the initiative and all the rest. Then after the first speaker, which is with the 20 minutes, I'll come in to introduce our second speaker, that's Ms. Sharon. And she's going to have 30 minutes on the topic paper to product, changing the status quo. And after that, I'll come in with the introduction of the third speaker, that's Dr. Edmond. And he's going to have a 20 minutes talk on entrepreneurship in the age of knowledge. So after we have the 3 speakers, before each speaker, I come in with an introduction, a brief introduction of the speaker. And after these 3 speakers, we now have the Q&A session. The Q&A session is actually going to last us 20 minutes. So during each of the presentations, questions, we'll encourage our participants to actually type in their questions on the chat box. And I believe we'll also have some participants that actually want to ask online or come on the video to ask. So, but all that is going to take 20 minutes for the Q&A. And then when we're done with that, we now go to our panel sessions. I think from what Dr. Elijah just discussed, please let me confirm that the 3 speakers, are they going to be part of the panelists? Part of the panel, Dr. Elijah, in the case that Dr. Kojo does not make it tomorrow?
I think we should, it would be good to have at least 2 people on the panel.
Okay.
Maybe we should have Sharon and Dr. Loretta handle the panel because they are experienced. Yeah, and then the Dr. Philip, if he's available, he can also join. He's very experienced in this.
Okay, so meaning I'm going to introduce
very strong hands in this field, so we can have 3 of them handling the panel.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'll introduce the 3 of them for the panel session.
Yeah. Dr. Philip, please could you confirm that you're going to be disposed to do that?
Yeah, I'll be available for that.
Sorry, Dr. Elijah, Dr. Philip is going to be at the Kenyan Satellites Group.
Oh, yeah.
Is he not going to participate? Yes, I think that there may be conflict there.
Yeah, that's a mix of that. Dr. Philip, you are leading the conversation in Kenya. So you cannot join the online panel.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, because we've broken it in such a way that the what's going to be discussed offline, will be done by those offline, so that it will be an engagement point for those at that venue. Yeah, and if you check the agenda we have shared, you will see the discussion points.
All right, I've seen you've shared it.
Yes. And Dr. Loretta, for the Nigerian gathering, we had to put a different date since she is the main person on the panel. So the Nigerian gathering will happen on Monday. Yes, so that they will have their own offline panel discussion. And we are suggesting that for each group, at the end of the panel discussion, you could just give us a summary of something you did so we can document it. And that should be part of the outputs for the event. Yeah. So maybe each panel may have a secretary or something like that to document what's going to be discussed. Yes. So in that case, we are left with Sharon and Dr. Loretta for the panel. This is really interesting. It's a women-led engagement.
Oh,
It's about time. It's about time.
Yeah. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I always love this because in fact, as Dr. Edmond will know and Victoria will know, whatever we're doing, we want to be able to involve our women as effectively as possible. Yeah, so that we have a balanced outlook and approach. Yes, so this is good. This is good. And it's the launch, it's the beginning. So it's a sign of great things ahead.
Birth. Only women can give birth. So we're giving birth.
Yes, that's good. That's good. That's good. Thank you. Please continue. Any other question? Continue.
Before Victoria continues,
Okay.
I had some comment because I had Edmond saying that we're going to allow only 95 people to the call. In my opinion, I thought that, the larger the number, the better.
okay. So we are using Zoom Pro, like Zoom Professional. So it is a maximum limit of 100 people for unlimited time. But if you want unlimited number of people, then it's only going to be for 40 minutes. But our program is going to run for 2 hours. So we thought it might be wiser to keep under 100.
And then people who cannot join on the Zoom will log in on the YouTube.
On YouTube.
I think during the sessions, I'll be posting the YouTube link over and over again so that people can actually get to know what's going on.
In fact, we should begin to post it now. We should begin to post it
now.
After this
Yes.
Tell everybody.
Okay.
If you try
You
to
can
join,
view
and
on
you can't
this.
join.
If you can't join, then yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I will share the link. I will share the YouTube link to us right now. So just keep it and then be able to add it to your subsequent mobilization.
Okay.
Let's see, which one is it?
Or maybe Professor Edmond will be a better person to share it, please.
The one that ends with MG.
Okay.
Should end with
The one I have ends with G, then G0.
This is for today only.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, let me find it.
Yeah, I send it to Vic.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Program be on YouTube.
Yes. I've just shared. Okay, let me. I'll send you the YouTube link now.
Okay.
I've sent it to your WeChat, and I've also shared it on
Right?
on the chat group. Yes, A, capital M and small G. I've shared it on the chat box.
Correct. Okay. Yeah. Professor Edmond is suggesting something. His talk, his own talk is almost like like an introduction to Sharon's topic.
Okay.
Yes, and he's suggesting, maybe he should speak first. After I have unveiled the
initiative.
Yes. Then he comes in and he proposes that he may speak for less than 20 minutes. And then Sharon can have more time.
Okay.
Okay.
I think that's good.
Okay, so we can do the rearrangement and then.
Okay, sir.
So after I'm done, he comes, and that knocks off the PhD people, and then the professional one take over.
You guys are you're going for the kill, just going off. It's great. I'm already feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think as we are also probably wrapping up and getting ourselves ready, Professor Edmond and Professor Odi, From our side, we just sharing with this panel only, and I'm not too sure how we are going to extend that to the other communities as we engage further. From the Grooming the Executive side of South Africa, we have already started to implement projects. So I know this panel will be focusing on how we can take product from paper to product. But we already have samples of what we mean when we really can breathe new for our young and create legacies. So I think I'm mindful of the fact that it's not going to be part of this discussion, but I would really, really love to understand what the other discussions would be in other communities, if there are practical activities that are being done, but as well to share what it is that we are doing, how we have managed to make a little bit of an impact and how big the impact would be, so that we can test it for the other continents, whether a model like ours can be replicated throughout the continent. We maintain from Grooming the Executive that our success can never be successful in South Africa until and unless we have taken it outside the country to the continent. So it'll be very interesting for us, and I'm not too sure how we're going to manage that, to understand what the other discussions in other communities would be about and how we could incorporate them going forward.
Okay. Yeah, Dr. Victoria, I think you have the discussion points for other communities.
Okay, for other communities, let me see if I can share that.
Yeah, in fact, it's part of the, I've shared it already with everybody. It's part of the agenda. It's listed on the agenda. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you
I think that
entrepreneurship is something that more academics will go on to embrace? You envisage shall be some roles of the academic entrepreneur in the development of entrepreneurship and innovation. Do you see it expanding, perhaps? If so, why? If not so, why not? Yeah. And this is going to last for 25 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. And then it's good for me to mention at this time that Grooming the Executive and MSS, we are going to be doing practicals subsequently. There is an outline, a huge outline, a huge layout of several engagements and things we'll be doing together, which will be beneficial for everybody who participates. But this meeting we're having is just opening a conversation, and we are not bringing in the practical aspects for now. And on 24th of September, we're going to have the co-founder of Get Funded Africa, which is a venture capital convening company. And we've had discussions already that they are going to be available for people who have businesses that have shown traction already, shown that they have, people are ordering, that what they are doing is valuable, people are paying for it, and all that. And maybe they need expansion. They can provide up to $50,000 for now, and there is room for expansion depending on increase of such, depending on investor readiness status of whatever company comes up. So they also have investor readiness programs and projects for those who may have the idea but do not yet have the the ability to push it or to understand how to expand it. This is also similar to what Sharon drives. So we have people from all angles, and all hands are going to be on deck. And as we said, in the years ahead, until we begin to see the physical manifestation of these things, we are not going to stop. We're not going to stop. And when we begin to see people making a lot of money, and African families are more comfortable and able to engage their minds and live out their human dignity, then we'll keep celebrating it and expanding it so that it never dies. Yes, so that's kind of projecting ahead about other things that are going to be, following. Yes, please, over to you, moderator.
Okay, thank you so much for that feedback. Obviously, this is it's a long-term project that we are all embarking on, and this is just the start. So I'm quite excited to see what this leads on to. Thank you for that.
Sorry, just one more thing. In October,
Mm.
we're going to have another one. There are two brothers who have finished their PhDs, currently employing about 300 people in their company. And it's something running on the research they did. So we're going to be engaging them sometime in October. And of course, on 24th of September, we're going to have another speaker as well, who's going to be joining us from Spain. And then also we'll have another interview, which shall be conducted by science interviewers, professional journalists, science journalists will conduct that interview, which is going to be circulated within our communities. What we'll be doing as whatever comes up, we'll circulate amongst ourselves and then we'll spread it. Because it's like we keep watering the seed that has been sown until it germinates and begin to bear fruit. Yes, thank you.
Thank you again. Okay, for the agenda, I think I've actually done the outline, but I actually have a question here. After the panel discussion, are we going to take any questions again? Because the queue not
no
necessary again.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no provision for that.
So
No,
after the panel discussion.
time provision,
Okay.
yes, but
So
if anybody
we
has
just go
questions,
for the
we
concluding
can
remarks.
store it for the we engage with them subsequently.
Yes. And I also hope that the contact of our resource persons will be made available, maybe for participants that want to contact them after the program.
Yes. I was
That's
going to say,
important.
yeah, Dr. Victoria, that
Okay.
probably the best idea, given the kind of response that you've already received, which is also growing, could be to have a dedicated email address where people could send their questions subsequently that the panelists could respond to. So that the conversation does not end at the end of the presentation and it's an ongoing thing, because I've got no doubt that people will be just bringing their yes, and subsequent to that, a number of things might start to make sense to them and they might want to pose questions. Let's not cut the engagement and limit it to just the sessions, and allow it to continue. It will also propel us to the directions that our people demonstrate the biggest need. The biggest mistake we make is think that we've got answers, while the people have got answers, but we might have the privilege to be able to interpret what they have and make very good of it. So maybe if we could have a dedicated email address that we could also recommend as part of the chat, that should you have questions after the engagement, after the session, please feel free to drop us a line.
Okay, thank you so much. That's a wonderful suggestion. Okay.
Actually, it's like in the registration, when registration happens, there's an email already that is there. Professor Edmond's email, from the ZIMIAS. So I hope that
Please submit any questions.
Yes. Okay. I hope that can be used.
So what I'll do is I'm going to create a dedicated email, right, which can be accessed by maybe 4 different people or 3 different people who are working on the project. So
Edmond, repeat that again, please. Repeat that again,
so
please.
I'm now creating a dedicated email, like it's going to be called P2 product or paper to product, right?
All right.
Which is dedicated specifically for this. Then I'll share with 3 of the leaders of this initiative, so that they'll be kind of like engaging with people using that specific. They'll have a common password that they'll be working on. So I'm now creating it now. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Ekman. That's a good one. So after the panel session, we now come in with the closing remark, and we're having that from the Zim. Sorry, I didn't get that name
Zimyas.
quite well.
Zimyas.
Zimyas or Zimyas. Okay, I think I'll need to write that down. And
Yes, but I think it's important for us to have names as soon as possible, specific names.
yes, I would so much
Let me-
appreciate.
Let me check with her.
Okay.
It's most
And
likely going
also our Kenyan delegate. What's the name for that? We also need a name for the Kenyan delegate that is coming up for the welcoming remark. I think that's from Dr. Philip's side.
President, can you advise?
Yes, we can have Philip as the name.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Yes.
Dr. Philip Owiti. Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Right.
That's great. Then please, one more question from my end. For the panel session, we have two wonderful facilitators. Would they be addressing the same question, or it's going to be, each of them is going to be handling a different question? Because I think Dr. Ofodile brought in some questions that were quite engaging. That's aside from this one that the subgroups will be attending to.
Yes. Yes, so Dr. Fodile, please, you could answer that. What do you think? Okay, okay. Sharon, please, your opinion.
Sorry, Dr. Odi?
Yes, please, your opinion, yes.
I missed
Yes.
the point.
Oh,
sorry.
okay. Okay, please, Victoria, you repeat, please. Yeah.
Okay, I was saying for the panel session, we have some questions that Dr. Fodile, I'm posting them here now already, shared.
Okay.
So would the two of you be handling the same question? Maybe if the same question, this one gives her response, this one, or is it going to be intermittent? Maybe you take this, I take this.
That's a very
It's
interesting.
comfortable.
Because on the panel, would we have a facilitator as well, or is it just going to be us? I think the best thing could be, unless the question is directed specifically to a specific person, the moderator could be directing questions to each one of us, or I could take first question and the next question gets taken by the next participant that way, unless it's specifically directed to me or to the next person.
Okay. Okay, I think it's best to go direct, so we can save some time and some awkward moments. So to just go directly. But so Dr. Odi, still to you now. Do I get to bring in some more questions, or what we have now? I've posted something in the chat room. What we have now, it's okay. Or can Ms. Sharon bring in some questions from her end as well? Because we're expecting some from Dr. Kojo's side.
Yeah, I think for 25 minutes, these questions should be sufficient.
This is okay. Because I'm actually thinking they will have some branches, like how this academia from their responses, you know, some other can actually come up. Okay.
Yes, yeah, just weave things around it. And if you see that there's some kind of branching idea coming to your mind and you think it's going to blend in well, also throw it in as the moderator. She being the moderator,
definitely
the panel. She's going to be in charge.
Sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm actually excited already because I can see it just playing out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I've basically covered the agenda. We've had it from the beginning down. Then once I can get the name for the...
I'm sending it right now.
Okay, please pardon me. Is it them? Yes. Oh, pardon. I'll do that.
So for Kenya is Philip Owiti.
Yes, okay, I've gotten that. Thank you.
Dr. Ayugi just came on board. Please permit me to welcome OAD's Vice President for East Africa. Please, you're welcome on board, Dr. Ayugi. We're happy to have you on.
He's muted.
Okay, please continue. Yeah, let's continue. Maybe I'll ask him to unmute himself. Okay, he's unmuted now.
Thank you. I will not, I'm just following everything. Thank you.
You're welcome. Great.
Yeah.
Okay, I sent you, that's,
Yes.
so
The
I
email.
created the password, then where to log in now? Where you log on is here.
Okay, you created the email?
Yes, so I sent to Vicky, so she will pick the people who will be in charge of the email, then that is the password, and that's where you log on. So the email is now functional.
Oh, okay, okay. So this is way to log in. I actually shared the username. Pardon me. And I think so. We'll actually be really sharing two things: the YouTube link and then this email link for our participants.
Just the paper to product Zimbabwe yes.org, right? That's the email that they sent. Then for the people who will be managing the email, that is the webmail.zimbabwe.
Okay.
So if you are part of managers, you'll log on to that.
Okay. Thank you.
So I think Dr. Elijah will handle that, right?
Right.
YouTube link. Dr. Elijah shared that. Let me share it again.
Yeah, I can share.
The YouTube link.
Okay.
In fact, I already sent it to everybody's inbox.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then the email will be that one. So yeah, those are the things.
Okay. It's in your. I sent it to your WhatsApp.
Okay. Yes, I got it. Yes.
That's great. Then, Dr. Elijah, you also mentioned in the case of maybe network challenge or something like that. So we need to designate the host and the co-host for tomorrow's event. Say this person goes off, who actually comes on, so that we don't have maybe 3 to 4 persons conflicting at the same time. I think it would be good to have maybe a manner, or like if this one goes off, then you come on or something like that. Make it more orderly.
Okay. Yes, so the chief host will be Edmond.
Okay.
And then the next, I think the 5 of us that were in earlier will be the hosts. So the next will be Philip at the headquarters as a host. And then next will be myself. Then next, okay, we're talking about them in terms of who comes in, not just about the hosting, or who comes in to save the day if there is a problem. Is that what you mean, Victoria?
Sorry, please. I was trying to. Yes. You may mention like maybe trying to share something, and then there's a network issue along the way. Yeah. Okay. So we actually need some people to step in, cover up the breaches and stuff like that. So if we're having a moderator, we need a co-moderator. We have a host. We need a co-host just to fit in.
Okay. So we're going to have 5 or 4 co-hosts and then the 1 host.
Okay.
Right. Edmond, Victoria, Philip, Sharon, and myself. That's 5.
Okay.
Okay.
I think also that also fits conveniently, because also Edmond gave the suggestion, spreading the hosting across, because we know this our location is quite funny. So that works.
Yeah, hopefully by tomorrow, Dr. Loretta will have been able to fix maybe using a computer, we'll be able to see her video and do the stable.
Okay. That's great.
Right. All right, so
I guess we've handled basically everything.
Yeah. Wow, and that's just exactly on 7:30 p.m.
Oh my God, that's good. Yeah, from 6 to 7:30. That's great. That's great.
I was hoping we shouldn't take up to 1 hour 30 minutes. Right?
Sincerely, I was thinking it was maybe 30 minutes, 1 hour, we are done.
Yeah.
But it's been interesting.
Yes.
Mm, mm.
Hey, looking forward to tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'll be better dressed. I won't be in my sweat. And I'll have proper makeup to represent the ladies.
Wow.
That's
great.
It's great. It's great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So what, Professor Edmond, I'll forward my slides later today. I'll just, I know you are the people that I disrupt even very late at night to check if things are just said that. Make comments if I need to correct something before tomorrow morning so that I can send it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Dr. Elijah and Dr. Edmond, will you guys be using slides?
Can I try to do something?
Okay.
Can I leave and see if YouTube will continue working?
Okay.
Yeah. Can I just leave and see if it's going to continue working?
Let's have
I'll
a try.
text Elijah if it's working or not.
No, it has stopped.
Recording stop.
Yeah.
But he can't leave at all.
You can leave.
But YouTube is still on.
Is the YouTube still on?
Yeah, the YouTube is still on.
YouTube is on, but recording stopped.
The Zoom recording is what has gone out.
Yeah.
I think actually another host can actually continue with the recording.
No, I don't think you can get the recording. I think the recording can only be done from one spot. Can you share it?
I'm actually recording now.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but that won't be a good idea because the one recorded by Edmond will be one video.
Yeah, it will be disjointed.
Yeah. So we should find a way to maybe the person that will record should be outside China because China is where the problem is.
With a stable internet service, and that's reliable.
I'll see what will happen tomorrow. We can record this from both ends. I can do the recording and maybe Edmond can do the recording as well.
Yes, that's
great.
good. So yes, so that's good.
Okay, eventually we can have a different type of quality or so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's great. So on YouTube it was working. It's still working even if I drop. So we are good on that end.
Yeah, but you just heard that recording stopped, right?
Yeah, I watched you on YouTube saying that.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Okay, so yeah, so if we can have someone else recording, I think that would be helpful.
Okay, so Philip has volunteered to do that.
And again, we might not need the recording because it's going to be there on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay, that's great. Beautiful.
I was asking a question. Dr. Edmond and Dr. Elijah, will you guys be sharing a PowerPoint tomorrow as well? Will you be sharing your screen? Because I'm sure Miss Sharon.
I didn't prepare
during your talk.
Let them not steal my shine.
No, it's your day. I just want to know what's coming from their end.
I'm not going to share slides so that I can stay on time because I just want to, I'll be introducing what Ms. Shabalala will be doing, so yeah. So I'm just dusting your feet, removing all the dust from your feet on it.
Yeah, Edmond and I are just preparing the way for her. I unveiled the initiative and then makes an introduction and the main speaker will speak. We are not going to speak.
So you two are actually the John the Baptist. No problem. That goes well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
That's great. Okay. I think we can call it a night or a
Thank
day.
you, everyone.
Sorry, please. From Ms. Loretta, Dr. Fodile, please, do you have any last remarks for us? I think we haven't heard from you in a while.
Yes, especially about the panel.
Yeah. Dr. Fodile, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay, we were about to round the off and we're like, do you have any suggestions, opinions, anything for us? What have you
No,
discussed so far?
you're just on track. Yeah, perfect.
Okay,
Everything
that's good
is
to hear.
good. Yeah, thank you.
Great. Yeah, so brothers and sisters, it's an exciting thing to come to this point where we can say we are ready for tomorrow. It's except that we haven't published, we haven't produced the booklet we prepared. But hopefully it should be ready soon. And